Thank you, and welcome to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday, another special Thursday edition this week, Week 10. It's going to be an exciting game, and I say it every week, but let me tell you, there is a lot on the line here tonight for the Bolsa Grande Matadors. If they win, they are in the playoffs for the first time since 1987. All that stands between them and a playoff berth is that team from the city next door, the Loara Saxons. I know the Matadors are fired up. I know they're ready to go. I'm ready to go. This is a big game. This is the first of two games this week. We will also be back here tomorrow night to cover Rancho Alamitos versus Santiago High School. But before we get into that, why don't we take a look at what our schools did last week. You witnessed it right here if you were watching live last Thursday. Bolsa Grande taking care of business over La Quinta, 49-18. Los Amigos taking care of Santiago 26-12 to move into a tie for first place with Rancho Alamitos, who beat Loara, this very Loara team, 38-21. Over in the Empire League, the Pacifica Mariners dropped a tough one to the Kennedy Fighting Irish 35-14. And in the Big Four League, Garden Grove won what many believe was the de facto league title game, 28-14 over Catella. Now that was last week, and we are on to a new week. This is Week 10. The other game tonight, over at Michael A. Mansour Memorial Stadium, the Los Amigos Lobos will be taking on the La Quinta Aztecs, a home game for La Quinta over at Garden Grove High School. The Lobos, if they win tonight, they will clinch a share of the league title, or depending on what happens tomorrow, that league title could be 100% theirs. And speaking of tomorrow, we have Santiago versus Rancho. Santiago needing a win to make the playoffs. Rancho needing a win to keep their league championship over at their side. Of course, they'll split it with Los Amigos. In the Empire League, Pacifica playing at Tustin, an early game at 3 o'clock. And in the Big Four League, Marina will be visiting Garden Grove in that finale. Now, Garden Grove, Rancho, Los Amigos, all almost guaranteed a playoff spot. Bolsa needs to win, and they're in. Now, let's take a look at our teams today. Loera, coached by Lance Neal, their 2021 record, 8-5, 3-2 for a third-place finish here in the Garden Grove League. They have 14 league championships across their history, their last one coming in 2019 in the Garden Grove League. Their last playoff appearance, 2021. Let me tell you about Loera in 2021. They finished in a tie for third place. They won the coin flip. They went on to have a nice run in the playoffs and finished with the 2021 CIF Division 14 championship. They've made three CIF championship game appearances, and they've won all three. And again, their most recent one being last year. Now, what about the Matadors? The Matadors come into this game 5-4. The last time the Matadors were 5-4 or on this side of the winner's bracket this late into the season was a long time ago, and this team is looking really good. They are led by Coach Michael Acosta. They finished last year 3-7, so already way better than last year. 0-5 in league. This is a whole brand new Matador team. So they have 2 league championships, their last one coming in 1986, their last playoff appearance in 1987. They have 1 CIF championship game appearance and 1 CIF championship, the first CIF championship in the Garden Grove Unified School District. Now, I might break away in just a bit when they start playing the national anthem, so we're going to want to make sure that we give that to you. So if I break away, just know that is why I will be doing it. But let's get back to it. Let's take a look at the team's schedules up until now. Loera starting off the season on a rough note before bouncing back with a win versus Costa Mesa, a loss to a good Freeway League team in Sonora. Then they beat Anaheim. They beat La Quinta to start Garden Grove League play, and they have been taken out by Los Amigos, Santiago, and Rancho the last 3 weeks. And the Matadors are hoping to make it 4 weeks in a row. Now, Bolsa, they started off their season with a very big win against Workman here on Week 0, which was the first game of the High School Football Friday series here on Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics. Then they traveled to Bishop Montgomery and lost that game before bouncing back and beating Mendez, taking on La Sierra and losing a tough win there, but then rattled off 2 wins in a row, and that big win, Santiago, a big upset. Their first victory against Santiago since I believe it was, I think they said 2016. Then they followed that up with a very, very tough loss to Rancho Alamitos. They were actually leading that game going into the 4th quarter, but could not hang on. The week after, they stormed back after being down big against Los Amigos, but ultimately fell short. They followed that up with a big win over rival La Quinta, and they were not going to be denied. And here is where we are tonight. Now, do I have anything else? Here we go. Let's take a look at these Garden Grove League standings. Rancho Alamitos 8-1, but 3-1 in league, tied with Los Amigos. Then you have Santiago and Bolsa Grande tied there for the third or second place or third place spot, whatever you want to look at it. Then Loara and La Quinta down there at the bottom. Now, it could end up where we have a bunch of teams finish 2-3. You could have 4 teams finish 2-3, and then you've got chaos. Or you could have, some teams finish 3-2, and then you have some chaos. Nevertheless, the Garden Grove League going into Week 10 is a very exciting league. Anything can happen. Anyone can be league championship. But with that being said, Rancho and Los Amigos do kind of control their own destiny. As long as they win, they'll be league champs. If Bolsa Grande wins, they'll be in the playoffs. Again, Santiago, if they win, they will also be in the playoffs. So like I said, there's going to be a lot of excitement in this last week, and hopefully the Matadors can, get that win tonight. I know I'm definitely rooting for them, and we have to stay subjective, but I am openly rooting for the Matadors here tonight. So, with that being said, we've got about 7 minutes left until game time. Until then, we'll leave you with stadium sounds, and we'll cover the coin flip and all that good stuff as the captains are coming out, so we'll get ready for that. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and tell you about these captains for the Matadors. You have number 7, Ethan Wynn. Then you have number 1, Charles Vargas. Number 66, Landon Gonzalez. And number 17, Fu Win. We will get you the captains for the Saxons when they start walking out. So I guess we'll stay here with you for just a little bit. And let's go ahead and get our little league standings off of the screen here so you can take a look at the field. There we go. We still yet to see the Saxon captains. Here we see the Matadors in the end zone getting ready. It's a little dark, but we're going to make sure that we have the flag there for you for the national anthem. And again, I thank you for tuning in. Be sure to share the stream, tell a friend, tell a family member to tune in and subscribe to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics. And we are now getting ready for the national anthem here.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you would please stand and remove your hats and face the south end of the end zone for the playing of our national anthem.
Nice job by the Bolsa Grande marching Matadors. And it looks like the Loara captains are maybe only one person deep today. We'll see what's going on here. As you see, the Matador captain's getting ready to walk to midfield. Still no sign of the Saxon captain, so see what's going on there. So the last Loara game that we covered, I had no roster, but today I do. So hopefully we're going to have a good, some good calls here. I've been saying it since, so if you've been tuning in since week 1, I told you that week 10, we were going to be top notch on our A game. So we'll see. Oh, by the way, my name is David Mora, and I work in the Garden Grove Unified School District Public Information Office. With me on the main camera is Ben Wynn of La Quinta High School, and Kang Do is on the field with a sideline cam today. So we're going to be trying to get you some good shots here. And still no Loara captains out on the field. Still waiting patiently for those Loara captains to make their way to the 50-yard line. So it looks like the Saxons are probably going to run out onto the field before their captains get to the 50-yard line. Not sure what that's about, but hey. Hopefully they're going to send their captains out now so we can let you know who they are. Now it looks like they're lining up here, so I'll get the numbers as soon as I can. Still learning how to use binoculars here. Not the simplest things in the world to use when you wear glasses. The Bolsa band trying to hypnotize people over here. still waiting here for, and it looks like now we're going to get the coin toss going. Better late than never, I guess. So captains for the Saxons. Number 56, number 13, 21 and 3. I don't have number 56, but number 13 is, actually, you know what? I'm on the wrong roster. So it would help if I was on the right one. And it looks like I still don't have number 26 here, or number 56. But we do have number 13, that's Jay Baez. Number 21 is Ariel Oliveira. And number 3 is Remy Ibarra. So here we go. After a little bit of what I would call a delay, we are getting the coin toss underway. Now let's see what the call is going to be. The referee doing the explanations here, showing the teams a coin, making sure there's no two heads or two tails. And if I had a headset, I'd tell my cameraman, stop making our viewers dizzy. So the coin is flipped. And it looks like Bolsa has won the toss. I could be wrong. Loara could have won the toss. It's hard to tell. So Bolsa did win the toss. They've elected to receive, and the Saxons will be defending the south end zone. So when they get the ball, they will be driving towards the freeway. The Matadors will be driving towards the snack bar, which is where I want to be driving towards to get me a hot dog. I believe they have hot dogs over there. I walked by it earlier and got a whiff of something tasty. So here we go as the teams get ready now. Matadors getting ready to run out onto the field. I'll tell you what, the PA announcer here was amazing in the first game, and he's going to be amazing here. We've got OC Register's very own Dan Albano here. Shout out to Dan. And here come the Matadors, getting ready to take on the Loara Saxons here at Bolsa Grande Stadium. We are here just moments away from kickoff. I know the Matadors have been waiting all week for this. They knew exactly what was going to happen if they beat the La Quinta Aztecs last week. They knew that they would be in line. They knew that they would have the inside track to make the playoffs for the first time since 1987. I don't think they needed any more motivation. I think they've got enough here, and I know they are ready. Kicking off for the Saxons will be number 12, Adam Mendoza. Deep to return for the Matadors, number 22 and number 17. That's going to be Oscar Rodriguez and Fu Win, number 17. One of the Matadors' key players here. Look for him to get out there in the open field and catch some passes and even run some plays from the backfield, but they're going to count on him and Ethan Wynn heavily tonight, along with the heavy helping of David Wynn. And those are going to be the ones who should lead them to victory as Fu Win takes that kickoff. He's at the 40, a nice kickoff return. He's at the 50, at the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30, and brought out of bounds at the Saxon. It looks like maybe 27-yard line. So the Matadors starting this game off the right way as Fu Win takes that kick return for about 46 yards or so, give or take a few here and there. So the Matador is going to be starting off with some really good field position here. Here we go, Matadors lined up in shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers. David Wynn in the backfield. Ethan Wynn drops back to pass. Feels the pressure. Runs it, keeps it himself. Drags a few Saxon defenders up the field, and that's a gain of about 4 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Matadors, so not a bad play by Ethan Wynn to make something out of nothing there, as he felt the pressure and decided to keep that ball himself. Here we go, Matadors now 2nd down. Trips left, 1 wide receiver down to the bottom here of your screen. Ethan Wynn rolls out to his left, looks to pass, lets one go. He's got a man wide open. Oh! Off the hands of number 22, Oscar Rodriguez, and he's going to wish that he could have that one back wide open. Matadors a little bit unlucky. The Saxons really lucky on that play. That should have went for 6. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Matadors. Quick pass to the left side, complete, but nowhere to go as Fu Win is taken down almost immediately after catching that ball, and that's going to bring up 4th down here for the Matadors, who are having trouble moving the ball after that nice kick-off return. So let's see what the Matadors have drawn up here. They've got 3 wide receivers to the right side. David Wynn in the backfield with Ethan Wynn. Ethan Wynn takes the snap, rolls out to his right, feels the pressure, lets one go. He's got a man open. Oh, and that's going to be a flag on the play. And our graphics went haywire. But anyway, here we go. That's going to be a flag on the play. And actually, we can't use our flag deal here. There it is. We're running a new system here, so things might go a little bit crazy. And there we go. It's going to kick us to, there we go. Anyway, it's going to be 1st down for the Matadors. Here we go, 1st down for the Matadors. From the Saxon 14-yard line or so, maybe the 15. Actually, they're going to move the ball up a little bit more. So from the Saxon 11-yard line now, they'll take that field position any day. And that's going to be, so they don't have to get into the end zone to get a 1st down, but I'm sure that's what they're going to be aiming for. Handoff to David Wynn to the left side. He breaks off a tackle before he gets taken down, and that's going to be another flag on the play. As we await the call here. Looked like it was probably a face mask. Nevertheless, that's now first and goal for the Matadors. So here we go, first and goal for the Matadors. Ethan Wynn takes the snap, looks to pass, and that's going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up second down. The Matador passing game a little rusty right now, but we expect that to settle in. All right, so here we go. Second down now for the Matadors. 3 yards to get into the end zone. Hand off to David Wynn. Gets maybe 1 or 2 yards on the play, maybe 1. Actually, that wasn't David Wynn, that was Abraham Canada. Matadors now with third and goal. Ethan Wynn going to keep it himself and try to rush up the middle, but he's stuffed by the Saxon defense. And that's going to bring up fourth down. So fourth and goal, the Matadors don't need that much to get into the end zone. They're right there at the doorstep. But that's a long 1 yard when you've got a defense who is trying to keep you out of the end zone. And the Saxon defense is holding tight here and holding firm. Here we go, fourth and goal for the Matadors. So it looks like they're changing their mind on the play call here. Matadors looks like they're going to, or look like they're now going to line up for a field goal. So here we go. Let's see if they can knock this one in and at least get 3 points on this drive. Not sure what is going on the field right now with this little delay. And now we're going to have a timeout on the field. Matadors. That will be their first timeout of the half. I'm sure they want to talk things over and draw up the perfect play for this fourth down. Maybe they're going to decide to go for it now. So here we go. Matadors are going back onto the field. Their offense and not their special team. So let's see what they've drawn up here. Again, 4th and goal here. Ball at the 1 yard line. Maybe the 1.5 yard line, but nevertheless less than 20. Well, what is it? 30, less than 6 feet separates them from a touchdown. So here we go. 2 backs in the backfield. The snap, the handoff taken around the right side. And what a tough stand by the Saxon defense. Stopping Fu Win on that play, and they're going to have that ball. It's now 1st down, Loara. That was a big play, a big goal line stand there by the Saxon defense. Not making it easy for the Matadors today. They're going to have to earn this victory. It's up to the Matador defense now to get that ball back for their offense. And they're working with very good field position on their end, as the Saxons will have the ball at their own 2.5 yard line. Now they're in the shadow of their own end zone, and I mean deep in the shadow of their own end zone. Let's see what they can do here, as they will get the ball for the first time tonight. Dre Sanchez at quarterback for the Saxons takes the snap, decides to keep it himself. Gets a nice gain on that play. Gain of about 10 yards or so. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Saxons. So that little run gave them some breathing room. I'm sure that's exactly what they wanted. They didn't want to be that deep in their own territory. Again, a lot on the line here for the Bolsa Grande Matadors. Their first trip to the playoffs since 1987 looms in the distance. But the Saxons are in their way, and they are not going to be the ones to want to help the Matadors end that streak. And they're going to play hard here tonight. They are the defending CIF champs, of course. Flags on the play. Sanchez looking to pass. Has no one open, decides to keep it himself. Let's see what the call is on the play, or on the field. It's going to be a personal foul holding on the Saxons. So that's going to march them back just a little bit. So they are right back a little bit in the shadow of their own end zone, as they have the ball now just shy of their own 5 yard line. And I think that's going to repeat. 1st down. Now 1st and 20. They're calling it 1st and 18. Again, Sanchez getting ready to take the snap for the Saxons. They've got 2 wide receivers. Man in motion. Bad snap, and that's going to be recovered by the Saxons in the end zone. But that's going to be a safety, so that's going to be 2 points there for the Matadors. Now let's see if this graphic is going to work for us. And it is, so here we go. Bolsa and Loara here with the baseball score. Bolsa 2, the Saxons nothing. 6 minutes and 55 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. You are tuned in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday, Thursday edition. Of course, this is just the first game of 2 games scheduled here this week. Tomorrow, we will be covering Rancho Alamitos, hosting Santiago right back here at Bolsa Stadium. But tonight, we've got ourselves a good one. The Matador defense capitalizing on that Loara penalty, followed by, that Loara penalty followed by a botched snap to get this 2 points. Unconventional score in football, of course, but hey, it happened in Super Bowl, I believe, 42. The Giants, I think it was a 2-0 lead over the Patriots. My New York Football Giants, that is. The worst one-loss team in the NFL. Vargas and Fu Win ready to take this safety punt. That's, over the head of Fu Win, who picks it up at the 30-yard line. Takes it up to the 40, has a little bit of room, takes it up to the 50, still on his feet, and takes a few hits and gets taken down at the Loara 49, 48-yard line. That's going to bring up a first down for the Matadors as their offense gets ready to start their second drive of the game. Matadors come out with a 4 wide receiver set. David Wynn in the backfield with Ethan Wynn. Ethan Wynn drops back to pass, looks, nope, that ball is tipped in the backfield, incomplete. That's going to bring up second down for the Matadors. So this Loara defense came to play tonight. The Matadors are really going to have to earn this victory. They're going to have to try and figure out this Saxon defense and try and, break this, little streak of momentum that they have right now. And we're going to have flags on the play, and that's going to be a false start of some sort. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Matadors. A false start, and it's going to bring up second down and 15 yards. Matadors again with 4 wide receivers. Ethan Wynn getting ready to take the snap. Drops back to pass. Looks to his right. He's looking for Fu Win. Ooh, just over the head of the galloping Fu Win. Incomplete pass. That's going to bring up second or third down and 15 here for the Matadors as they try to go for that home run ball. And the receivers and Ethan Wynn just not on the same page so far here tonight, but I don't expect that to be the theme of the night. I'm sure they will settle in. I know they understand the gravity of this game. Maybe playing with a little bit of butterflies, a little bit of pressure. But once they settle in, we hopefully will be in for a fantastic show. 3 wide receivers for the Matadors. Ethan Wynn takes the snap, looks to pass immediately, feels the pressure, dumps it under, and incomplete. Pass intended for number 23, David Wynn. And that's going to bring up fourth down for the Matador offense, who can't muster to get a first down on their second drive of the game, and they will now be punting from their own 46.5-yard line. So Matador's getting ready to punt. Punt looks like it was fair caught and then bobbled. That was number 3, Remy Ibarra, on the punt non-return. So here we go. The Saxons now coming out here for their second offensive drive of the night. Their first one ended in a safety, hence the 2-0 score there on your screen. And let's see what they can do here. listening to all of the great stuff the snack bar has. And if you hear silence, you'll know where I'm at. Saxons come out with 2 wide receivers. Sanchez with the snap, hands off to number 33, who gets a nice gain and a first down. Or was that number 35? I couldn't tell. We'll get you that number right now, but a nice little gain, and that's a first down for the Saxons. So 1st and 10 for the Saxons from their own 35-yard line. Sanchez there getting ready to take the snap. Keeps it himself. And gets a gain of about 5 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 5. Saxons having a little bit of success here with the run early on. If it wasn't for a bad snap and a penalty, the score would maybe still be tied at 0-0. Handoff to number 15, Jeremy Rosero. And he gets tackled at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. Matador defense looking to make a stand here and get the ball back to their offense. Sanchez takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks over the middle, has that man open, complete at the 40, the 35, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, and dropped and dragged out of bounds is number 8, Jeremiah Adley, who we saw in the Los Amigos Loara game. Him and Sanchez hooked up a few times, and that's a very big gain for the Saxons, and they are now in the red zone with a 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. So the Matador defense caught napping a little bit there as the Saxons get a very big gain. Gain of about 45 yards on the play. Here we go, first. We have a timeout, Loara, and that's their first timeout of the first half. They keep talking about the snack bar, and they've got tacos. So, again, if you see, you hear radio silence, if you hear some dead air, you'll know where to find me. Matador's talking things over there. Hopefully this defense can come up with a stop here, but it's probably going to be a little bit tough. You've got a Saxon team who's very motivated right now. Here we go, Saxons now coming out for this 1st down and goal. Ball at, just inside the 10-yard line, so not exactly at the 9, closer to the 10, but not exactly at the 10 either. So less than 10 yards separates them from the end zone. Sanchez under center, Saxons in I formation. Hands off to number 35, takes it up the middle. still on his feet, dragging the pile, and he's going to drag the pile into the end zone. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Saxons. That was number 35, Andy Perez, I believe, on that run. The Saxons are taking the lead here, or take the lead here, 6-2. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. You are tuned in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday, Thursday edition. Live from Bolsa Stadium here on the campus of Bolsa Grande High School in Garden Grove, California. The Loara Saxons are lined up here for this extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So the Saxons take themselves a 7-2 lead here. Early in the game, of course, against the Matadors. Let's see how the Matador offense bounces back and reacts after their last drive ended in just 5 plays with a penalty included. Again, returning for the Matadors, we've got Oscar Rodriguez and Fu Win. Looks like Adam Mendoza kicking off here for the Saxons. And that's just a little dribbler down the right side, fielded at the 30-yard line. Taking up to the 35, and not much going as the man's going to be taken out at about the 36-yard line. So here we go now, Matadors with their 3rd drive of the game. I'm going to lose track soon, so I'm just glad that I can figure this out here in the first quarter. At this moment, I want to take some time out to wish a speedy recovery to my dog, who had to have a tooth extracted this morning. She's a trooper. Coda, I love you. And shout out to my wife as well. I love her too. Ethan Wynn takes that snap, looks to pass, has a man open, and overthrows number 13, David Arzadi. Has a little excitement here. A little bit too excited. A few footballs overthrown here. Ethan Wynn not able to connect with his receivers early here in the game. Ethan Wynn takes a snap again, looks to pass, feels the pressure, rolls out to his right, and he's going to get taken down, and he's lost the ball. And it looks like it's going to be recovered by the Matadors. This Saxon defense really came to play today. They are not going to make it easy for the Matadors. The Matadors are going to have to find a way to settle in here, find a way to relax, and find a way to get a nice consistent drive going, or else it's going to be a long night for them. And it seems that the Loara Saxon offense themselves has settled in quite nicely here tonight so far. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday, Thursday edition. Ethan Wynn takes a snap, looks to pass, lets this one go, and overthrown again, just a little bit too high. Arzadi, the intended receiver, again on that play. But we've got a flag on the play, and let's see what the call is here. As we await the call, let's see what's going on here. The Matadors are already facing a 3rd and about 19 or 20. If this call goes against the Matadors, this is going to be very bad. And actually, it's going to go against the Saxons. And it looks like that's going to be a 15-yard penalty against the Saxons. Most likely an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Yep, that's going to be a personal foul against the Saxons. That's now going to bring up a more manageable 3rd and about 6 yards for the Matadors. Clock winding down here. 3 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. So here we go, third down for the Matadors. Let's see if they can pick the first down up. Ethan Wynn drops back to pass, throws it over the middle, an incomplete pass intended for David Wynn. Again, just Matadors receivers not able to get the ball into their hands early in the game here. Looks like Matadors will be punting the ball. Snap is up. There's the kick, a nice booming punt. It's going to take a little Loara bounce and get stopped at about the 36-yard line. So the Saxons will be starting with the ball at their own 36-yard line. This, I believe, their third drive of the game. The first one ended in a safety. The second one ended in a touchdown. Saxons with three wide receivers. Sanchez in the backfield, getting ready to take the snap. Handoff up the middle to number 15, Jeremy Rosero. Gets maybe a gain of 3 yards on the play, maybe 4. Gonna bring up second down and 6 here for the Saxons. Saxons lining up for this second down play. Sanchez takes the snap, hands off to number 35 to the right side. It's going to be Andy Perez on the carry. Either Andy Perez or DeMarcus Malaulu. Depends on what numbers they're wearing here. On the roster, there's 2 numbers. So maybe in the red jerseys, they're 1 number. And in the white, it's hard to tell. Third and 4 now for the Saxons. Let's see if the Matador defense can rise to the occasion and make a stop here. Number 35 in the backfield with Sanchez one more time. 2 wide receivers for the Saxons. Pass over the right, and that's going to be incomplete. Pass intended for Remy Ibarra, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So the Matadors holding tight on this drive. Let's see what the call is here for the Saxons, if they're going to punt the ball. The Matador crowd trying to get this defense fired up. We have about 59 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Fu Win back to return this punt, and he's not going to have a chance at it. And it rolls out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. They're calling it the 24, so the Matadors will have the ball at their own 24-yard line to start their 4th drive of the game. right, so here we go. Now's the time for the Matadors to get something going on offense, to settle in and get some momentum going here. Three wide receivers for the Matadors. Ethan Wynn getting ready to take that snap. It looks like we're going to have a flag on the play. That will most likely be against the Matadors. Looks like a false start. Looks like a false start against the Matadors. That'll bring up the replaying of first down with 15 to go now. Ethan Wynn finally completing a pass here. That one completed to a number 1, Charles Vargas, their first connection of the night. That one's going to go for maybe 1 yard. Over at Garden Grove High School, we're over on the campus of Garden Grove High School at Michael Mansour Memorial Stadium. Los Amigos has a 20-0 lead over the La Quinta Aztecs as Fu Wynn takes this ball. Ethan Wynn and Fu Wynn finally connecting here tonight. And he's going to get a nice gain on that play, and that's going to bring up third down and about 4 yards here for the Matadors. So the offense looks like they're kind of settling in a little bit, trying to get this Saxon defense off rhythm. Ethan Wynn takes the snap again, rolls out to his left, feels the pressure, and just has to let that ball go. And that's going to be an incomplete pass, and it'll bring up fourth down and 4 for the Matadors. The Saxons are doing a really good job here on defense tonight, limiting this explosive Bolsa Grande offense. Last week, Ethan and Fu Wynn were among the county leaders for passing and receiving yards, respectively. So to hold them to just this little bit of action is quite the job here for the Saxons, but they're doing a very good job of doing it. This punt is going to be fair caught at the 45-yard line, and that's where the Saxons will start their fourth drive of the game. Matador offense, 3 straight drives without really being able to move the ball after their first drive. They got stopped at their 1-yard line. So, again, just a good defensive game plan here tonight by the Saxons, who came ready to play. This is our 4th time here covering the Matadors this year. Might as well call it Matador High School Football Friday, right? But we've enjoyed covering them. Sanchez takes the snap, drops back to pass, unloads one deep, and he's got a man open, and that's going to be caught by number 8, none other than Jeremiah Adley. And that's going to be a big play, and that's going to be a first down for the Saxons at the Matador. Looks like we'll call it the 16-yard line. So again, the Saxon offense came to play here tonight. They've kind of settled in. Big plays are helping them here tonight. Long pass plays, helping them get deep into Matador territory. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter here at Bolsa Grande Stadium. The Loara Saxons holding a 5-point lead over the Bolsa Grande Matadors 7-2. Nope, this is not baseball, this is football. Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics high school football, that is, here on a Thursday night. Thank you to everyone who is tuning in. The Bolsa Band came to play as well. right, so here we go. We're going to start this second quarter. And the Saxons are going to have the ball at the 17, actually make that the 18-yard line, it looks. So they've got 1st and 10. Already in the red zone here. Looking to add on to this 5-point lead here in the second quarter. High formation for the Saxons. Handoff up the middle to number 21, who rumbles his way for a gain of about 8 yards. It's either Alex Ellis or Ariel Rivera or Oliveira. So, and I'm going to assume that's Alex Ellis. So we're going to go with the red numbers here on the roster. We've got a timeout on the field. Looks like Salas is walking off the field to help with some teammates here, so hopefully he's all right. There we go, 2nd down and 2 from the Bolsa Grande 2-yard line. Saxons once again in I formation. One wide receiver to the left side. Ball handed off to number 35. So it's either DeMarcus Malaulu or Andy Perez. So one of them carried that ball for a gain of 0. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Saxons. High formation for the Saxons. Handoff up the middle. And that's going to go for nothing as this Matador defense is putting up a nice defensive stand here deep in their own territory. So with their backs up against the wall, they are doing their best to keep this Saxon offense out of the end zone. All right, so here we go, 4th down. It looks like the Saxons will be going for it again in I formation. Let's see if they try to trick the Matadors with a pass here or if they're going to stay with the run. And they are going to stay with the run. It looks like they are going to get that 1st down. As Sanchez calls his own number, and now the Saxons have a 1st and goal from the Matador 5-yard line. The Matador crowd here trying to implore this defense, trying to make as much noise as they can to let them know that they have their backs. The crowd definitely bringing the excitement here on a Thursday night. So here we go. Saxons on this 1st down. Sanchez calls his own number and gets taken down. Looks like no gain on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 5 here for the Saxons. Looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field here. Saxons taking a timeout. Have to give a shout out here to Ben, who is running off some minimal sleep and still here. Dedicated student intern here from the Garden Grove Unified School District Public Information Internship Program, along with Kang Do, who is on the field here tonight. Ben has joined me at all but one game this year. That's, I believe he's been at 10 games? 10 games in 10 weeks? Maybe 11 games in 10 weeks, because I believe this is actually our maybe 12th game. And this is our 12th game. So, thank you, Ben. And he does a fantastic job on the camera each and every single night he's on it, whether it's on the sideline or up here in the booth. All right, so here we go. Second down and about 5 yards to go. Second and goal from the 5-yard line for the Saxons. Some of the Saxon personnel taking a little bit of time to get onto the field here. A little bit of confusion. Sanchez takes the snap, drops back to pass, and he gets sacked in the backfield by number 55. The name that we usually call when there's a big defensive play, Nathaniel Fiaputa on that tackle. Matter of fact, on that sack. And that's going to put the Saxons back at the 11-yard line and make it just a little bit tougher for them to get into that end zone. And that's exactly what this Matador defense needed to do. Big play by Nathan Fiaputa on that one. So here we go now, 3rd and 10 to go. Let's see if the Matadors have 2 more stops in the tank of theirs. Of course, still early in the ball game, so no pressure, but you definitely want to keep the Saxons out of the end zone. Saxons now in shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers. Sanchez drops back to pass, looks to his right, has a man open. That one's going to be complete, but taken down immediately by Fu Win. He's number 3, and I believe that's Jeremiah. Oh no, that's Remy Ibarra on the reception, but nowhere to go. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 10. Not even 4th down and 10, it's actually 4th down and goal from the 10-yard line for the Saxons. So here we go. The Matadors had their first stop of 2 that they needed. Now the Saxons are actually lining up for a field goal. Looks like number 34, either Adam Zubia or Isaac Malaga are trying to kick this ball in, and that is up. And it's going to be no good. So the Matadors will be getting the ball back as the Saxons miss that field goal just a little bit short. So big defensive plays there by Fu Win and Nathaniel Fiaputa keep the Saxons out of the end zone and limit the damage. And that's going to bring up a 1st down now as the Loara Saxons turn that ball over on that missed field goal. Matadors. So the Matadors now, this is their 5th drive of the game. And it's been some tough sledding here. So let's see if this offense can thank the defense here with a nice scoring drive and give them a little bit of rest. Four wide receivers here for the Matadors. Handoff to David Wynn around the left side. He's at the 20. Gets maybe a gain of 2 yards on the play. We had someone on the sideline get taken out there, but hey, looks like one of the trainers. Got to keep your head on a swivel there on the sideline. Life comes at you fast when you're out there on that football field. Ethan Wynn takes a snap, passes to his right side. That's complete at the 20. That's at the 30. That's a first down and some. That's going to be Fu Win on the reception, and the Matadors get themselves a first down here. We've got a Saxon down on the field. So this is exactly what the Matadors need to do. Just get some plays, put a nice lengthy drive together, get in the end zone. You've got 6 minutes and 22 seconds left to go here in the first half. The Saxons will be getting the ball to start the second half, so you're going to want to, limit the scoring from them from here on out. Maybe get a stop and get 2 touchdowns before the end of the half and take a little lead into halftime. That way, if the Saxons do come out and score on that first drive, then you've got some breathing room. Of course, you don't want that to happen at all. The goal should be to get stopped from here on out and just run away with this game. But hey, this is a Garden Grove League. Nothing is that easy. They are going to have to earn this one here tonight as they come out and line up for this first down play from their own 40-yard line. 4 wide receivers. Wynn takes the snap, looks to pass. And that's going to be over the head of Charles Vargas. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. If Ethan Wynn can find a little bit of touch on his throws, might be a different ball game here for the Matadors, as their receivers have been behind the Saxon coverage a few times tonight, and they have just not been able to get the ball into their hands. Trips left for the Matadors. Ethan Wynn getting ready to take the snap. He's all by himself in the end zone. 5 wide receivers for the Matadors, so let's see what the play call is here. It's going to be a sweep to the left side. It's going to be David Wynn at the 40. A lot of horizontal running and not enough vertical running there, and he's only going to get about 3 yards on that run of what seemed like 15. Most of it left and right. Ethan Wynn takes a snap, drops back to pass, feels the pressure, gets away from it. He's at the 45, the 50, makes a move, is still on his feet, and gets brought down by the turf monster at the 45-yard line, but that's going to bring up a first down for the Matadors, and now they're on the right side of the 50. So again, doing what they need to do on this drive and just moving the ball and keeping their defense on the sideline as the defense was able to get them the ball back. So here we go. Ethan Wynn takes a snap again, passes to the right, has Vargas this time. Vargas taking a nice little hit, but not before he gets about 4 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 here for the Matadors. Ethan Wynn takes a snap again, looks to pass, has a man over the middle, and that's going to be caught. A beautiful catch by Fu Win over the middle. A diving catch. That's a beautiful connection from Ethan to Fu Win, and that's going to bring up another first down for the Matadors, who now seem to be a little bit more relaxed. The wheels are turning. Everything seems to be clicking now on this drive, and they run that up-tempo offense. Another pass over the middle, and just over the hands of Fu Win. It looks like they wanted to run that play again, but the magic could not happen twice, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Matadors, who are in pretty good business here as they have the ball at the Saxon, looks like 23-yard line. Ethan Wynn drops back to pass, looking to throw the ball to David Wynn. And there's penalties on the play. He did have a little bit of contact on him before that play, and that looks like it's going to be a first down for the Matadors, as that penalty should go against the Saxons. And we've got a Matador down on the field. It looks like Ethan Wynn may have taken a big shot on that play. He's walking off under his own power, so maybe just has to sit out for one play, as Tank Britton is going to get in there at quarterback here for the Matadors. Again, there's a flag on the play, and they have not gone over that yet. So let's see what the call is. Most likely a pass interference on the Saxons. Two referees actually threw flags on that play, so. And Ethan Wynn is looking better there on the sideline, most likely going to just miss this play and then go right back in. It's a very tough athlete down there on the field. So that penalty will be against the Saxons, and that's going to bring up a first down here for the Matadors. 4 minutes and 39 seconds left to go here in the first half. Looks like the Matadors will have that ball at the, looks like 12-yard line, 11-yard line maybe. So here we go. Matador is now in the red zone. They've got the ball at the 12-yard line, so 12 yards separates them from pay dirt. And let's see if they can get it in. We've got early whistles on that play. Not sure what's going on. I don't see any flags, so not sure what the deal is here. Perhaps the referee's not ready to get the play started here. All right, so here we go. Tank Britton takes the snap, keeps it himself to the left side at the 10. Oh, and that's full win. That's going to be a touchdown for the Matadors. It looks like that may have been a full win on that one, but nevertheless, that's a touchdown for the Matadors, and they are going to take the lead back here. So Fu Win lining up at quarterback. He can do it all. So now the Matadors have an 8-7 lead here, and let's see if they can knock this extra point in to make it a 2-point game. A little bit of confusion here. Need to get these guys back on the field. Let's get the field goal team back out there. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So the Matadors are going to add to that lead, as they now lead 9-7 here against the Saxons. So that's exactly what this Bolsa offense needed. They needed to settle in. They needed to have a nice, long, sustaining drive, which they did. A few big plays to extend the drive there, and they get rewarded with a touchdown. And the defense is owed a lot of credit there for stopping the Saxons and forcing that field goal on that last drive. The field goal, of course, was missed. Kicking for the Matadors is Brandon Luna. Back to return for the Saxons, Remy Ibarra and Jay Baez. A little squibbler kick up the middle. Receiver fielded at the 23-yard line. A pitch, oh my goodness, they pitch that back to Remy Ibarra, who takes it around the right side, and it looks like he's gonna be gone at the 35, the 30, the 25, 20. No one's gonna catch him, so the Saxons getting tricky on that play and scoring a touchdown on the kickoff return. They got a little bit tricky and pitched that ball back, and Remy Ibarra was able to outrun. They were able to outrun the the Matador defense there. What a crazy turn of events here. Wow. All right, so here we go. Saxons looking to add to this score. The kick is up, and the extra point is good. That's going to be 14-9 here. So the Matadors try to keep the ball away from the deep receivers on that Saxon kickoff return team, and they were still able to get the ball to their playmakers, and it paid off dearly with a pitch returned for a touchdown. So wow, let's hope that's not something that deflates the Matadors, because they had a little bit of momentum, but the momentum went right back to the Saxons, and now the Matador offense is going to be back onto the field. Back deep to return for the Matadors, Brandon Luna. And Oscar Rodriguez. So let's see if the Saxons do the same kind of kick, keep the ball away from the Matador playmakers, and nope, they didn't. And that one's gonna roll out of bounds. So good job by Rodriguez to let that one go. So the Matadors are going to have the ball at their own, looks like, 35-yard line after the penalty. So let's see what the offense can do, and let's see if they can answer that kickoff return for a touchdown with a nice little drive of their own. Matadors with a 4 wide receiver set. Ethan Wynn takes a snap, looks to pass, going deep immediately, and oh, just overthrown. That pass intended for Fu Wynn. Ethan Wynn with just a little bit too much mustard on that one. He's got to take a little bit off. He's been overthrowing his receivers quite a bit here tonight, and he's just got to find his rhythm. Ethan Wynn looking to pass again, feels the pressure and gets taken down this time for a sack and a loss of about 10 yards on the play. His Saxon defense has been getting to him quite a bit here tonight and either forcing him to throw the ball away or getting him in the backfield. The clock is running here, 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the first half. Let's see if the Matadors can make something happen here before halftime. Again, the Saxons will be getting the ball to start the second half. So they're going to want to make sure that they at least take the lead back here or stop the Saxons in the second half. Of course, whoever makes those adjustments at halftime is going to be the team that walks away with this victory here. Pass to Rodriguez. He's got the ball at 35 to 40. It's going to bring up a second down and about 4 yards here. Actually, it's going to bring up third down. Actually, it's going to bring up fourth down. I'm sorry. Where is my head at right now? So 4th and 4, and the Matadors are going for it. But we're going to have a timeout by the Saxons, and that's going to be their second timeout of the first half. Matadors hurry up to the line a lot here and trying to catch these defenses off guard. Saxons having to take a timeout there. So here we go. Let's see what the Matadors can draw up here on this fourth down. They're going to go for it. I like the call here. All right, so here we go. 4th down and 4 to go. Matadors empty backfield with 5 wide receivers. Ethan takes the snap, looks to pass to Fu Win to the left side. He's got it. And he's got enough for the first down as he extends that drive. So the Matadors making it happen here on 4th down. Ethan Wynn takes a snap, empty backfield again, pass to Fu Win to the right side. On his feet, still on his feet. He breaks away. Oh! Nevertheless, that's a first down for the Matadors. And right now, you're going to see Fu Win try to take this game over on his own, along with Ethan Wynn. Ethan Wynn to pass again, feels the pressure, lets the ball go, and that's going to be, incomplete, just in and out of the hands of number 13, David Arzadi. Comes up, holding his arm there. So let's see what the play call is. Matador is looking to score here before the end of the first half. Ethan Wynn takes a snap, drops back to pass, feels the pressure, has to let it go, and that's going to fall to the turf. Incomplete, and that's going to bring up second down. So here we go, third down here for the Matadors. Saxon defense stepping up here. The snap, Wynn drops back to pass, pressure again, he just dumps it off to the left side. Looks like David Wynn, he's gonna get maybe a gain of 1 yard on the play. That's gonna bring up fourth down for the Matadors. 2 minutes in running here on the clock, or 2 minutes in counting, I shall say. Matadors, if they went for it on the other side of the 50, then they're definitely going to go for it now. And let's see what play they have drawn up here to try and extend this drive on 4th and 9. Clock still running, trying to take the lead once again over the Saxons, who will be getting the ball back to start the second half. Nguyen drops back to pass, lets that go, and that's going to be complete to Fu Nguyen. That's going to be a first down again. Clock now stopped with 1:42 for the referees to set the ball. Matadors making plays when they need it, when their backs are up against the wall and when the pressure is really on. They are coming through, and they have another 4th down conversion on this drive. And the clock starts one more time. Matadors, no timeout, so they're going to have to be smart here. Time management is going to be key. Fu Nguyen comes in motion. Ethan Nguyen drops back to pass. He's got pressure on the backside. He lets that ball go, and it's going to be incomplete. As Saxon defense has been bringing the pressure just consistently. So the Saxons now taking a timeout. That helps the Matadors just a little bit. So here we go. The teams are making their way back to the field. 2nd down and 10 to go from the Saxon 22-yard line here for the Matadors. Three wide receivers here for the Matadors. Ethan Nguyen takes a snap, drops back to pass. He's got a man wide open. That's going to be a touchdown for the Matadors. Fu Nguyen with the touchdown. And the Matadors are going to take the lead back here. (15-14). And this has lived up to the billing. I knew it would be an exciting game, and it's now going back and forth. The Matadors have now taken the lead back, but there's 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go, and we saw what happened after the Matadors scored their last touchdown, as the Saxons got a little bit tricky, like Run DMC, and took that kickoff return to the house. So the Matadors convert the PAT and take a 16-14 lead. Again, 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go here. Luna getting ready to kick the ball off here for the Matadors. Jay Baez and Remy Ibarra back deep to return for the Saxons. Ibarra returning that last kickoff return for a touchdown after the ball was pitched to him, but this kick is going to be fielded by, no, and dropped by number 13, Jay Baez, and picked up at the 5-yard line. Let's see if the Matadors can contain him, and he gets out around the left side again, but there's a flag on the play, and he gets dragged out of bounds at about the 38-yard line, but again, there's a flag back here at the 10-yard line, and let's see what the call is. But the Matador kickoff return team or kickoff team here getting a little bit lucky. Baez fumbling that ball, but still making something out of nothing here. And let's see what the call is. And that's going to go against the Saxons, so it's going to be coming back anyway. And this one's going to go all the way back to the 5-yard line. So that's going to be a loss of about 35 yards on the play. Matadors getting a little bit of a lucky break. So let's see if the Saxons are just going to run this clock out and head into halftime, or if they're going to take a chance. So here we go, a minute left to go here in the first half. Saxons looking like they're probably going to try and pass the ball here. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers. Sanchez takes a snap and just hands it off to the right side. And he's got a lane and some room. It's going to be about a 15-yard gain there. And the Saxons running all the way up to the line. And that was number 15, Jeremy Rosero, on the carry. Saxons running a hurry-up offense, so they're going to try and get a little something going here before the half ends. Again, hand off to Rosero, who takes it up the middle, bounces out to the left side, still on his feet before he's taken down and pushed out of bounds. Second down and 1 to go here for the Saxons. Clock at 15 seconds and counting, so they're going to run one more play. And actually, we're going to have a flag on the play. They were going to pass on that down, so let's see what the call is here. It's going to be false start on the Saxons, so that's going to drive them back just a little bit. That's going to be the end of the first half here at Bolsa Stadium. The Matadors taking a 2-point lead on their last drive, and they're going to go into halftime with a 16-14 lead. Remember, if they win, they're in, but the Saxons are not going to let that happen easily. They're going to have to earn this one. We will have a band performance by the Bolsa Grande Marching Matadors. And we will be back with you in just a little bit. I am David Mora for Ben Win and Kang Do. This is Garden Grove Unified School District High School Football Friday on a Thursday.
Fantastic music as a 15-minute jazz solo of a fast rendition of Highway Star. A little bit of WWA to be followed ultimately by rock superstar by Cypress Hill. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the sights and sounds of your Bolsa Grande Matadors. The marching managers are going to be able to under the guidance of several students and volunteers, but there are underneath the direction of the band guy, Mr. John Miller. We have tonight's official attendance from the official attendance counters of Bolsa Grande High School. We can count them now. Tonight's attendance comes in at 9,426. The Saxons and Matadors appreciate your attendance.
We are live back here at Bolsa Grande Stadium. The attendance was just announced, 9,000 or so. I don't know if that includes players or not. I would think so, but that number seems a little bit high to me. But anyway, we still have a great turnout here at Bolsa Grande Stadium as people are tuning in person to watch the Matadors take on the Loara Saxons. The Matadors holding on to a very slim 2-point lead over the Saxons here at halftime. We've got about 3 minutes to go here before the team start the third quarter. It's been a really back and forth game. The Matadors had a 2-0 lead. That turned into a 7-2 Saxon lead, which turned into a 9-7 Matador lead, which turned into a 14-9 Saxon lead, which turned into a 16-14 Matador lead. So it's been back and forth. I expect a lot of the same here in the second half. Of course, it all depends on who made the better adjustments. Is one team going to make adjustments that's going to stop the other team, or is the other team going to make adjustments to stop the other team, or are we going to have two teams that are just evenly matched, fighting for their playoff lives? Not sure if I think for the Saxons to make the playoffs, there has to be a lot of movement. There has to be a lot of craziness going on in the Garden Grove League. But for the Matadors, it's simple. You win and you're in. You win and you're in. So let's see if they can take care of business here in the second half, if they can keep this lead, if they can extend this lead, if they can win this game and make the playoffs for the first time since 1987. Still a lot of football left to be played here at Bolsa Grande Stadium. I expect an exciting second half. I fully expect the Matadors offense to really settle in and to really get going. What the Saxons don't want is this offense to start clicking on all cylinders, because when that happens, they score, they pass the ball, they run the ball well, and it's going to be ugly. The keys for this second half, I believe Ethan Wynn needs to just kind of settle in. He's got to start connecting with his receivers a little bit more, take a little bit of mustard off those passes that he's been throwing, get the ball into the hands of your playmakers, and, get this victory. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to get the second half going here from Bolsa Grande Stadium, and we will be back with you in just a little bit. I am David Mora. You are tuned into the Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday on a Thursday.
stats for Mr. Fryer.
You do stats for
Mr. Fryer.
Oh, okay.
We don't even do anything anymore. I know. So that's why, like, and it's actually, yeah, we've already been doing this. Like, we've already had. And so it's like a regular thing now. So I don't know that. Oh, it cracks me up when he's like, all right, like, you missed it, honey. Right? Like, the whole season? You're all calling, like, the apartment complex or whatever. Like, excuse me? Well, maybe that's why they do it.
We are a little bit over, or now under a minute before we start the second half here at Bolsa Stadium. So here we go. We're going to get ready to start this second half. Both teams are huddling up on their respective side or the respective sides of the field. The referees are coming out. Hopefully they're nice and relaxed and rested. The Matadors are ready. The Saxons are ready. The fans are ready. We're going to get this second half underway in just a little bit here from Bolsa Stadium. Again, the Matadors holding on to a very slim 16-14 lead over the Loara Saxons, the defending CIF Division 14 champions, who are not going to go quietly into the night. They are going to want to make sure that they win this game. They've been having a rough season, but a win here would give them some momentum going into next year, and I'm sure that's something that they would like. Matadors out there getting ready to kick the ball off. Saxons have yet to take the field, but here they go. The Saxons return team is quite dangerous. We've seen two big returns here. The first one went to the house for a touchdown. The second one was nullified by a penalty. But those two back returners are dangerous. Each one has the ability to make a big play. So let's see what the Matadors decide to do here with this kickoff. Brandon Luda back there are getting ready to kick the ball off. And they're going to go ahead and kick this ball off, and it's going to be returned by number 3, Remy Ibarra. Takes it around the left side, which has been trouble for the Matadors all night. But he gets tackled at about the 34-yard line. And we now have a special guest here in the booth. Want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Scott?
Hi there.
Let's see, and actually, you know what? Try it now.
This is Scott Snyder.
I don't know if I can hear you. Can you hear yourself?
No.
You know what? Actually, this is why. So this is what happens sometimes, Scott. If you want to take that off real quick, he's not plugged in yet. We've got the new advanced headsets here. Handoff to the left side for the Saxons. A nice little run. Gain of about 5 yards there by number 35. Again, we don't know if that's Andy Perez or DeMarcus Malaulu. So here we go. I can hear the noise now as we screw this in. So here we go. Part 2. Special guest here in the booth with me on Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday on a Thursday. Scott, part
Yes.
2. Now it's working. See, there we go. We can hear you.
Technical difficulties fixed.
You know, I told the viewers at the start of the game, week 10 was going to be the week that I was, firing on all cylinders. But, things happen here. Sanchez rolls out to his right, looks to pass, feels the pressure, has no one open. Nice coverage by the Matadors, and that ball's going to be incomplete. So, Scott, what are your thoughts so far tonight?
I have good thoughts so far tonight. When you have as big a win as we had last week, you worry that they're going to come out a little flat, but I don't think they did. I think it was more nerves,
Yep.
just knowing what's at stake.
Yep.
So they're settling in a little bit, and we had a touchdown early that we gave up, and then I was down on the field, so I have no idea what happened on that kickoff.
So what happened was their returner got stuffed right there at the 30-yard line. He turned and he pitched the ball, and he just, I believe it was Remy Ibarra just found the lane to that left side, and he was gone. Now this running back, number 35, has been doing a great job all night, been getting about 5 to 6 yards, and he gets about 10 yards on that play. It's going to be a first down for the Saxons. Yeah, what we've noticed tonight, a lot of, Ethan Nguyen, he's got a really strong arm. A little bit too much mustard at times, missing some receivers, some wide open receivers, unfortunately, and just overthrowing them just a little bit. But again, that just could be the nerves. It could be the excitement of knowing what is at stake here tonight.
Right. Usually in the past few years, when we get to this point, we're just kind of playing the season out. And I think everybody's super excited. And it doesn't surprise me that he's a little bit long with some of them, just a little bit too much adrenaline.
But, we've seen him connecting, especially on those last 2 drives of the first half, connecting with receivers and converting some big fourth down plays and just making things happen and really doing a great job. And, the defense came up really big before that missed field goal with a big stop by Nathan Fiaputa and by Fu Win here on the right side to stop the receiver. So 2 big plays that limited the damage there and ended up in a missed field goal. This has been a very good ball game so far, just back and forth. Sanchez takes the snap, drops back to pass, feels the pressure, lets that one go over the middle and tipped, and luckily falls innocently to the ground.
I think he would like that one back.
He's definitely going to want that one back. That was number 10, Joseph Lee, who got a hand on it but was not able to reel that one in, and that would have been a very nice way to start the second half here.
Really proud of the way Joseph Lee is playing this year. He had up and down season and overall school year last year, and has really learned some lessons and is a leader out there with the team.
It's always good to hear those redemption stories of players who can kick those down years and just come out and have a good one. As this pass is complete to the right side to number 3, Remy Ibarra, who gets away from one tackle but is brought down by a trio of Matadors, and that's going to bring up a third down, and it looks like 10 here for the Saxons.
We've got number 11 out there, King Colbert. He's a sophomore. He's filling in for an injured player today.
Oh, wow.
Out at safety.
A young
getting
team.
Thrown in the fire.
Oh, yeah, and no better way to learn than to just get out there and actually do it, and especially, as a sophomore, to just get out there. And he's going to be able to take that, hopefully into next week and definitely into next year.
Yeah. And he'll be a varsity basketball player this year as well for the first time. So just getting his feet wet out here.
Love to hear that, as we have a timeout here on the field by the Matadors. Again, we talked a few weeks ago about all the two-way, the two-sport athletes here. on the football team, not just specialists, as you know, a lot of smaller schools have to kind of, you know, do.
Yes. Yes, they. You know, when I was coaching basketball, I always encouraged them to play another sport, which they sometimes thought was code for don't play another sport. Like, is he testing me?
Yeah.
But no, we need to show our athletes. We have good athletes on campus here, and they can play more than one sport. We can't be selfish and want them just to ourselves. You know, they're going to thrive in all the sports that they try.
And you know, a lot of professional athletes actually, they kind of denounce the players who are playing year-round one sport and not getting out to develop other muscles and develop other skills, right? Football players and basketball players can develop a lot of skill in track and field. Football players, if they wrestle, can develop some strength.
Right.
So, yeah, it's good to have multi-sport athletes. Saxons coming out for this 3rd and 11. Sanchez in the backfield, shotgun formation. They've got 4 wide receivers bunched up. Sanchez takes the snap, looks to pass, feels some pressure. He's going to be taken down, and he's going to let that ball go. And who's that, Scott?
Would that be Joseph Lee?
Joseph Lee. Joseph Lee, and you know what? I've been noticing Joseph Lee. The first thing that I notice about him is that old school cowboy collar. And you know what? Not enough players wear that anymore. I wore one of those in Pop Warner, and it gives you a different look. You know, more like, okay.
Oh, he means business.
Exactly right. That's how that old school thinking is, right? You see, hey, the bigger the neck pad,
yes.
You know, the crazier the guy was. And it's kind of that same vibe. But you don't see too many players utilizing that anymore.
They call him JoJo. That's his nickname with the team.
JoJo with the big play there to force this 4th down, and the Saxons looking to punt this ball away. In the way back deep to return the dangerous Fu Win. That's a nice little punt, and he picks that up, and he breaks a tackle. He's at the 30. He's still on his feet. Still on his feet. So Fu's a very, very slippery runner as he takes that for a nice little return. And the Matadors are going to have that ball at their own, it looks like, 36-yard line. So what's kind of the vibe been around the team this week, knowing, you know, what's at stake? Have you been able to get kind of a pulse of what's going on?
I kind of treat it like a no-hitter. I don't say anything.
Okay,
you know,
that's fair.
Just treat it like another game. Don't make it any.
Oh, that was a high tackle there, and that's going to be a flag. Oh, and the referee having to restrain a Loara player. Fu Win gets up. He does look a little bit dazed there. He was brought down very hard, very high. That was Remy Ibarra, or yeah, I believe Remy Ibarra. No, not Remy Ibarra. Jay Baez on that hit. So yeah, you know, that makes sense. And of course, we're like ESPN. You know, we're running it down on the ticker there in the 7th inning. Of course, we're just excited about everything. As the news bringers usually do. They're the ones talking about the things you don't want to talk about.
He may be done.
You know, you really don't see that kind of reaction from referees there.
Wow, 30-yard penalty.
So that was must have been 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
So as I was saying, I don't want to get them too excited. I don't want, they had enough nerves as it is.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I
It
just
makes sense.
say treat it like another game. Just go out there, play your game. Let your actions on the field do the talking.
And you know what? I just want to give kudos to this whole Bolsa Grande team. You never, when you see two unsportsmanlike conduct penalties on the same play, they're usually offsetting. They kept very cool heads on that play and got themselves 30 yards, and they are now at the Saxon 32-yard line with the first down. And that's going to be a fumble, and spoke a little bit too soon on that one.
Yeah.
But still, just a very good job keeping cool heads on
Right.
that play. But the Saxons will be getting that ball back, and the defense has been doing a pretty solid job all night, save for a few plays here and there, just two big plays setting up some touchdowns. And let's see if they have some more in the tank here.
Yeah, it shows the maturity of the kids not to get involved in something
yeah.
like that.
And I'm sure it takes a lot. You see, college and pros, it's like they kind of blank out there for a second, and they're very reactionary.
Mm-hmm.
Just shows the thought process of these students. They know that there's more at stake than just that one play, as the Saxons will take over at their own 35-yard line. Sanchez handing off to the left side. It's going to be a gain of about 2 yards on the play. So again, another Thursday night that we have you here. You figure your own stadium. You wouldn't be playing here 2 Thursday nights in a row.
Well, Coach Enright at Rancho does a good job of trying to even out the Thursday and the Friday games.
Right. And I see everyone does get their fair share.
Yes.
As long as we don't have those Anaheim Saturday games, those Santa Ana USD Saturday games, can't really complain. Sanchez drops back to pass, looks to his left, has a man open, trying to dance his way for a few extra yards is number 8, Jeremiah Adley, who we really haven't heard called too much here tonight.
Glad you have the monitor right there, because I can't even see that far.
The monitor is more for me to try and figure out what's going on the field than actually trying to, and I have these binoculars here, and I've been saying it the past 2 weeks. They're actually, you would think binoculars, you look in them and you see, right? And they're a lot harder to use. They're like,
yeah.
They're not David friendly, I can tell you that right now. Got third down and short here for the Saxons. It's going to be a handoff, and rumbling his way to a first down and a little bit is number 35. Again, I'm trying to figure out if this is DeMarcus Malaulu or if it's number 35, Andy Perez.
Well, it was a nice run by both of them.
Yeah,
right
both
there.
of them. There's two guys there. And they both kind of, they're both. Well, I guess we just have to get out there with a ruler to figure out who's who. DeMarcus is 6 feet, and Andy is 5'9".
He looks a little taller.
He does. We're going to say that's DeMarcus Malaulu. And I'm probably
sorry to
saying that
Andy
wrong.
if it is Andy.
Yeah, sorry, Andy. You're doing a great job if that is you. Saxons here, first down. Sanchez drops back to pass, feels some pressure.
Yeah.
Just lets that ball go.
It's out of the tackle box. Is that what that's called?
That looked like it. No flags on the field, so it looks like the refs thought the same thing, and that's going to bring up second down and 10 here for the Saxons. The good thing for the Matadors is they were able to take the lead before the end of the first half, so they're not going to be playing from super behind if anything happens here.
Right.
And I think that was key for them to get that last touchdown.
Other than the first half against Los Amigos, we've played hard against and well against every team in the league. So.
Yeah. Very close. Even that second half against Los Amigos more than made up for that first half as they almost came back, and that's going to be a complete pass. And are getting away, and that man is at the 25, the 20, the 15, and push out of bounds at the 10-yard line. That's number 10. Blank for the Saxons. Don't have that name. So the Saxons, again, just big plays, getting them in good field position. the Bolsa Grande defense able to hold tight on the last drive that the Saxons were deep in their own deep in their territory. So let's see if they can bring that magic one more time as we have 5 minutes and 55 seconds left to go here in the third quarter.
That number 10 might be Eric Angel. Do you have him on your roster?
I don't, but you know what? Eric Angel. And I can't edit this, and I really don't want to open it up. Looks like DeMarcus Malaulu'u on that run one more time to the right side. Gain of about 2 yards on the play for the Saxons. Saxons doing a really good job of mixing up their plays here, not leaning to just one play style, really running and passing equally here.
And usually this field is in terrible shape right around this time of year.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but with the new turf, it's beautiful every day.
Tie-up times have sure changed. Yeah, you would
Yes.
have that nice long brown strip running down the middle, divots and dips and all that everywhere. And the grass might look level, but under it, it's just who knows what you're going to be taking on. But yeah, very fantastic job to get this stadium redone and just brought into the new century here. So here we go, Saxons with a 2nd down and 9 to go here at the Matador 15-yard line. Sanchez takes the snap, looks to pass, has a man to the left side, and that's complete, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Saxons. Remy Ibarra on that reception. And the Saxons are going to take the lead here, 20-16. But again, not bad. You think of the alternative if the Matadors hadn't have scored before the half, you're looking at a 20-9 game, and that maybe takes you out of it mentally a little bit, seeing that double digit there. But 20-16, even 21-16, that's a one-score game, or at least a touchdown at least. So. The kick is up, and that's no good. So a 4-point deficit here, not bad at all.
2 safeties will tie it.
There you go. And hey,
yes.
Let's see if they can get their 2nd and 3rd on the night.
And this year has been spectacular, and these young kids are learning a lot. I think coming into next year with the returners and the kids coming up from the Frost Soft team, things are looking good. Looking into next year, probably a little bit premature, but you have to think that, the Matador is going to maybe get some first place, hype a little bit after the year they've had. I know Rancho graduating some some players. Los Amigos is a young team, but maybe that's who it might come down to next year is Los Amigos and Bolsa. And that kickoff is going to roll out of bounds, so no chance for Oscar Rodriguez to pick that one up. Matador is going to be starting this drive at the 35-yard line. So yeah, a lot of young talent, in the Garden Grove League as a whole. Like I said, Nathan is only a freshman. He's got 3 more years here in this program. You've got 1 more year with David, Ethan, and Fu, right? David and Ethan. Fu's a senior.
Oh, Fu's okay. So that's going to be a
Oscar
big loss.
Rodriguez.
Okay.
So David, Oscar Rodriguez, Ethan Nguyen, the quarterback.
Okay. That run's going to go for about 1 yard. Fu win on that carry. Matadors again rushing, not giving the Saxon defense any time to set, trying to catch them off guard here. Trips left, 4 wide receivers. Ethan takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks to pass, feels the pressure, takes off, up the middle, still on his feet at the 40, still driving. And he's going to be very close to that first down, maybe a gain of 8 yards on the play, and the referee kind of walked back a little bit, looked like he was going to spot it closer to the first down marker, and maybe he's still going to.
I feel like I'm at Old Candlestick Park with the foghorn outside of the booth right here. As a Giants fan, it brings back a lot of memories.
Ethan drops back to pass, feel the pressure, but lets it go, and almost intercepted. Number 9 is going to look back at that one and say, you know what, that should have been mine, and that was Zach Rodriguez on that pass defense. This Matador is getting a little bit lucky there. And, you know, a lot of those old school, you know, baseball, football combo stadiums all had that little charm, their unique little, you know, nuances.
Well, there were very few people that are. It was freezing and windy.
Saxon defense coming up strong on that one.
Yes, and they're big. I was down there on the field. The line for Loara's offensive and defensive line are some big kids.
And, you know, that's where the games are won, right there in the trenches, and they've done a pretty good job tonight, stepping up when they've needed to. You know, both teams is getting really big plays, so it hasn't been like methodical drives. The defenses have both held their own here tonight. Looks like the Matadors will be. Oh, that was a turnover on downs, actually. So.
Downs.
We got 3 minutes and 52 seconds left to go here. The Saxons taking the ball over at the Matador 40-yard line. So let's see if the Matadors can get a stop here. A stop will be huge for them to try and take some of this momentum back from the Saxons. Saxons with 2 wide receivers. Sanchez just hands the ball off to the right side to number 15, who gets nothing on that play, maybe to the line of scrimmage, as Jeremy Rosero gets no gain on that play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Saxons.
Kind of look like the Chiefs out there. I'm just glad that's not Patrick Mahomes back there.
They do. You know, this Saxons team, again, their record, you know, doesn't look really good on paper, but they do have some players who returned from last year's championship team. So this isn't just, you know, just a team who's 3-6 because they're not good. They probably ran into a few teams that were more prepared, but this is not a bad team at all, as Sanchez pump fakes and lets that one go, and he's going to have number 3, Remy Ibarra, and they're not going to give him the touchdown. He's going to be taken out at about the half-yard line. We're at the 1-yard line.
That was a big play.
Big play by the Saxons. Now they're really in business. And, you know, the battle with the lines, and it just looks like the Saxon offensive line has just a little bit of the edge right now against this Matador defense. But let's see if they can't pull a big play out of their hat here. Going to be a 1st and goal from the 1-yard line for the Saxons.
Sneak.
High formation definitely feels like it. And yep, there it is. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Saxons, who are going to take a 26-16 lead here against the Matadors.
Well, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Their backs are against the wall a little bit here, and you know, I think their experience hopefully will they can draw back on and fight to the end here.
You know, an 18-point deficit right against Los Amigos, and that Los Amigos team is a very formidable team. I would think, you know, quite a bit better than this Loara team. So all they have to do is just kind of settle in and trust in each other, as we have a flag on the play. So just, you know, settle in and trust in each other, and just keep each other up. A lot of times, it's 2:52 left in the third quarter. Not the fourth quarter. There's a lot of ball game left to be played.
Yes.
This is a Bolsa Grande offense who can strike fast and strike quick. And it's just, no one was going to come into this game and just lay down for them. And
No.
the Saxons definitely aren't. This is where you kind of, you earn your stripes.
Oh, that's going to be a penalty. Maybe not.
So no penalty. A very beautiful.
I thought you weren't allowed to do that. That was kind of nice.
I didn't think so either, but that was some athleticism by whoever that was. So it's an 11-point lead now for the Saxons. Again, 2 minutes and 52 seconds left to go here, so a little bit over 14 minutes of ball game left to be played. The Matadors were down a lot more to the Lobos, and they did a fantastic job coming back in that game.
It'd be nice to get this to a one-possession game going into the fourth quarter, so we'll see how it goes here.
So back deep to return for the Matadors. Number 22, Oscar Rodriguez. Number 23, David Nguyen. So here we go. Kick again, a little squibbler. Taken to the right. Taken down at about the 32-yard line was Charles Vargas. So here we go. Let's see how this offense answers after that Saxon scoring drive. And after that fumble, you got to have short memories and get out there and make something happen on this drive and get your team back into it before the fourth quarter starts.
You see a key number not out there on the field right now. It's on the bench over here. Maybe cramping or something.
Yeah,
Number
that's
17.
that number 17 Fu Win, not in the game at the moment, but this pass completed to number 22 Oscar Rodriguez. And he gets a gain of about 6-7 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3. So this is what they need. Just, you don't need the big play. Get little chunks of yardage at one time. Just get a drive going and let your defense rest up a little bit, wear out this Saxon defense, and hopefully get some points on this drive here. So second
Maybe you
down.
can negate some of the line play with quick passes.
Yep.
And use our quickness is what we've had to do in pretty much every sport here. Not having a whole lot of size, try to beat him with speed.
Yeah. You got to make do with what you have, right? You got to get a little bit creative sometimes. And I thought that was enough for the first down, but it's going to be third down and maybe a foot here, as David Nguyen took that ball for maybe 2 yards. Matadors doing a good job with this no-huddle offense that they run. Ethan Nguyen takes the snap, quick pass to number 1. It's going to be Charles Vargas who gets the first down. Yeah, so just like that, just quick little dump-offs. If you're not going to have time, time to throw the ball and set, just find the open man and let it go and dink and doink, all the way down. Again, Vargas to the left side. Not much. Actually, he turned nothing into something and still on his feet. It's all about that second effort. And that was like second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth effort on that one, as he gets a gain of about 6 yards after being stopped, after gaining 1.
Those plays scare me. Whoever's on offense, when it looks like their forward progress has been stopped, and then you got a whole bunch of kids on top of them.
Yeah. Oh, dangerous play, but look who that pass was intended for, as Fu Win is back in the game.
That's good.
Update from Michael Mansour Memorial Stadium. Los Amigos has defeated La Quinta 34-7, so that seals the deal for Los Amigos. They will be clinching at least a share of the Garden Grove League title, so congratulations to the Lobos. They can win it outright if Santiago defeats Rancho Alamitos tomorrow. That pass complete to guess who, and still on his feet at the 25-yard line, and still driving, still on his feet, and reaching out to get a few extra yards is Fu Win. That's going to be a first down for the Matadors as they keep this drive going. 27 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Ethan Wynn drops back to pass. Lets this one go over the middle. Oh! Wow, that's a big collision there by the two secondary players of Loara. Little friendly fire on that one, but the Matadors escaping. That play was really close to being intercepted as Ethan threw a dangerous pass over the middle there. Look at that, Matadors right back up to the line.
I'm surprised they're not looking at either
Yeah,
one of
they
those
should look
boys.
at the Saxons taking a timeout there. You know, they both kind of got up a little bit shaken on that play. They both ran into each other pretty hard. That was number 3 and number 18, and they look to be okay as they're consoling one another.
Well, I know speaking with some of the alumni football players are excited, you know,
Oh, yeah.
for the success that these boys are having. You know, 5 years ago we lost one of our football coaches and PE teachers to a massive heart attack, Jim Lamb, and you know, we continue to talk to these young men about Coach Lamb and what he meant to this school. He was here for 16 years. And last year's senior class was the class that was the closest to him. So I felt like it was necessary to let these boys know who Coach Lamb is. We have a tree planted out in front of the athletic office in honor of him.
You know, that's what you get a lot in high school. You get those figures who are around for a long time, who touch on, you know, on graduating class after graduating class, and you've got generations of students who are affected by just amazing educators and coaches and people who have real large impacts on their life. You know, Los Amigos also playing in memory of Coach Harold, who was named the head coach and then ultimately, you know, passed away before the season started. And a lot of these players were on his team. And Fu Win with that amazing catch. And they're going to give it to him. That's going to be a first down at the Saxon 6-yard line for the Matadors. So, you know, it's always heartbreaking to hear when those coaches pass. And, but you know, to see the perseverance and the bounce back from everyone who knew them to just go out there and play hard in their honor. And Ethan Wynn takes that snap, passes over the middle, and oh! You know, you said you're glad Mahomes isn't on the other side. Ethan Wynn looking a lot like Mahomes, trying to make some crazy passes happen as we've got, looks like maybe a timeout on the field here.
And you can see the progress that he's made over the year. You know, he was, you know, even last year he was very green. This year, at the beginning of the year, and still inexperienced and having difficulty making the reads, and it's getting better. And I think, and he has a strong arm, but it can get stronger. And I think a pass like that one right there, where you're scrambling and coming up a little bit short, I think next year he's making that.
And, you know, not only that, you know, watching him from the first game, it looked like he was playing a little bit safer, but now it's the confidence to be able to say, hey, I can make this throw and at least attempt it, instead of eating it there and maybe taking a sack or trying to make something happen when it's really not there. So,
right.
Yeah, the progress really has shown. If you go back and watch that Workman game to now, it's definitely a night and day difference. And that, you know, that's why the Matadors are playing, you know, great football. A lot of times the football teams, they, you know, their success hinges on that quarterback position, or maybe the running back, but in this case it's the quarterback position. And he's been doing a very good job as the fourth quarter has come to an end here at at Bolsa Grande Stadium. Saxons holding on to a 27-16 lead, but the Matadors are driving as they have the ball at the Saxon 6-yard line. A second down play coming up when we resume play. And just a note, the Saxon player is jogging off the field under his own power.
I'm going to head back down there with the team, but
Yeah,
I want to thank you for having me up here and for covering all of our sports throughout Garden Grove Unified School District.
Of course.
It's great.
It's always a treat, Scott, and we'll see you in a few weeks here, hopefully for some basketball action.
Yes.
You get down there with your team. Hopefully, by the end of it, we're celebrating
Right.
that no-no, right?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. That rush goes up the middle for maybe a gain of 1 or no gain at all. And here we go. So this is make or break time here in the fourth quarter for the Matadors. A lot of character gets built in times like these, and they're down by 11, but they're about to score. If their defense can come out and get a stop, that's going to be a lot of momentum in the way of the Matadors. That's going to be a touchdown. A beautiful play by Ethan Wynn getting taken down. Oh my goodness. We were just talking about the confidence that this young man has, and the confidence. It looked like he was throwing that ball away. Amazing. Wow. That was, I wish we had replay. That was a beautiful play by Ethan Wynn, who got hit as he threw the ball. The ball was right in the vicinity. I'm not even sure who caught that ball. Maybe Fu Win, but I'm not sure. Either way, that's a touchdown for the Matadors, and they're now within 5 points. And I hope Scott was able to see that play, because that was such a beautiful pass and catch. And these Matadors sure are tough, and they sure are resilient. And that's going to be good. So that lead is now shrunken down to 5 points here. And actually, that was the wrong, let me see if I can get that. There we go. That was the wrong one. And here we go. 27-23. The Saxons holding on to a very small lead here. That's exactly what the Matadors needed. Again, Scott was talking about how this team, with their backs up against the wall, just makes things happen. And they made something happen here. And that's a team who's playing for their first playoff spot since 1987, and they're looking like a team who's hungry and looking like a team who's ready to turn the tides and ready to put an axe into that narrative that they can't make the playoffs. This is just an exciting game, and what a play. What a pass and catch. I still cannot get over what I just saw. Make sure you rewind this back if you're watching at home. David Luna getting ready to kick the ball off. Or Brandon Luna, I'm sorry, Brandon Luna. That's going to be an onside kick. And instead of letting it go out of bounds, they almost recovered that. Saxon's going to get the ball at the about 38-yard line. If they would have let that ball go out of bounds, they would have had a nice little chunk of yardage on that play, but nevertheless, they're taking over at about the 37-yard line. So here we go, the Matador defense. Let's see what they're made of here. So here we go, Saxons. First down. Handoff to the right side. A nice little play. Gain of about 10 and more. 12-yard gain there by number 15, Jeremy Rosero. And the Saxons just coming out swinging on that play. That first down run gets them about 12 yards and a first down. We've got flags on the play here. Usually means a false start on the offense. So let's see what the call is. And that will be against the Saxons, and they will be taking a 5-yard hike back to the 46-yard line. Sanchez takes the snap, hands off to Rosero again, who takes it around the right side, still on his feet. Another big chunk of yardage on the play, and he's running the ball hard right now. So the Saxons answering nicely after that Matador scoring drive. You would think after a big conversion like that, you might see a little bit of the wind taken out of the sails, but they're steamrolling right now as we've got the clock at 10 minutes and 35 seconds left to go here in the game. So still, again, plenty of ball game left to be played. Anything can happen from here on out. Matador is down by 4 points here to the Loara Saxons. They're looking for their first winning record in over 30 years here. Again, handoff this time to DeMarcus Malaulu'u. So the Saxons is wasting no time. They're just picking up large chunks of yardage here, and they're already in Matador territory at the 30-yard line. First down and 10 here. Sanchez getting ready to take the snap. Fake handoff pass to the left side, and that's going to be incomplete as that ball hits the ground, intended for number 3, Remy Ibarra. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Saxons. Matador crowd trying to get this defense fired up, trying to get behind them. 2nd down and 10 here. Ball at the 30-yard line. Sanchez getting ready to take this snap. We're going to have flags on the play. Be false start on the Saxons, so their 2nd false start of this drive is going to drive them back 5 yards here. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 15. This crowd really into this game right now, trying to give this team some energy, trying to wake this defense up, to implore them to get just one stop here. Sanchez drops back to pass. Has a man open on the left side. It's going to be picked off. It's going to be picked off. Picked off by Fu Win. Fu Win with the interception. Big interception, as Remy Ibarra was the intended receiver on that play. Big play by the Matadors. This is exactly what this crowd wanted. Oh my goodness, what a turn of events here, as the Matadors are now back in business here. Again, when this team is back against the wall is when they shine the brightest. Fu Win, the all-around playmaker for the Matadors, coming up with a huge interception. So here we go, Matadors now, they're back deep with the ball at their own 5-yard line. Let's see what this offense can do. Quick pass to the left side. Oh, incomplete. Pass intended for number 22, Oscar Rodriguez. Again, Matadors sticking with that same formula, trying to get the ball out quickly here. Ethan Wynn takes that snap, rolls out to his left, lets that one go, and that's going to fall incomplete. So Matadors just need to kind of relax here. let the nerves settle in after a big play. You know, just try and make something happen here. It's already 3rd down and 10. This is just a good opportunity. Just take it easy, relax, and find a good play here. Let's see if they can make it happen. Yeah, it's going to fall incomplete on that 3rd down play. Again, Ethan Wynn just a little bit too much under that one. Perhaps the adrenaline just too much on that drive. And it's going to be a 3 and out for the Matadors, who are now going to have to punt from the shadow of their goalpost, not even the end zone. They're going to be almost under the goalpost here. And the Saxons are probably going to get some good field position. I expect the Saxons to try and get a block here. Probably going to try and bring everyone. Remy Ibarra.
Get down there.
That ball is going to be fair caught at the 35-yard line, so the Saxons are already in good business here. Ball at the 35-yard line. Remy Ibarra on that catch. It's Matador defense. They've done it once before on that last drive, getting a big play, big interception. They're going to have to come up with another one here, or at least a big stop. Again, 8:56, almost 9 minutes left, so not do or die time. It's not the time to get nervous, but a stop here would go a long way. Handoff to DeMarcus Malaulu'u, and he's on his feet still around the corner. He's going to break free, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds or get called out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So it looked like a very big play with just a gain of about 10 yards. Matadors breaking, getting a lucky break there. Here we go, 1st down and 10 from the Matador 25. Handoff to DeMarcus Malaulu'u again, and why not go to the same play again? It worked the first time, and he picks up a gain of about 7 yards, and that's a big boy. That's a hard cat to take down, and he gets about 8 yards on that play. It's going to bring up 2nd down, and actually they're calling it about 7.5. Or 7, so that's 2nd down and 3 here. Saxons can just keep the ball on the ground. Why even take a chance and try and throw the ball here when your run game is working so well? Challenge the Matador defense to stop you there. This offensive line has done a great job all night getting good pushes. This one again. Again, DeMarcus Malaulu'u with another big run, and he's just trucking along again. Hey, if you're not going to stop it, they're going to keep going to it, and they're just going to keep grinding away at this Bolsa Grande defensive line here. Here we go, 1st and goal from the Matador 7-yard line for the Saxons. Expect DeMarcus Malaulu'u's number to get called on here again. And there it is. He's going to rumble his way to about the 3-yard line. They're going to give it to him at the 2, so it's going to be 2nd down and goal from the 2-yard line for the Saxons. It's a tough task right now for this Matador defense to stop this Saxon offense, as they've just ran the ball all over them on this drive here. Hand off to DeMarcus Malualulu again, and that's going to be a touchdown. Saxons. And that's going to bring their lead back up to 10 one more time, 33-23. Loara over Bolsa Grande. 6 minutes and 31 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. The extra point is good. So the Saxons are going to take themselves an 11-point lead here. So here we go. Let's see how this Matador offense answers. You've got Fu Win back deep to return. Alongside David Win, it looks like, alongside Oscar Rodriguez. Nice return there by Fu Win. Gets the Matadors all the way up to their own 42-yard line. So again, let's see what this offense is made of. Let's see if they can answer the call here. 6 minutes and 24 seconds left. 34-23, Saxon lead. But again, the Matadors are still in this game. It is not over. Plenty of ball game left to be played. Ethan Wynn takes a snap, drops back to pass. Looks for Fu Win. That's going to be incomplete. Fu Win a little bit shaken up, but walking it off there. So again, Los Amigos winning share of the league championship here tonight. It's their first league championship since, I believe, 2007. So congratulations to the Lobos, who we were fortunate enough to cover, I believe, 3 times against Ocean View, against Loara, and against this Bolsa Grande team. Coach Ramel Guess, Coach Melo Guess, doing a fantastic job over there. His son also doing a great job over at Al Medina, who's undefeated. As Fu Win takes that pass, he's caught. He's getting some extra yardage on that and carrying a Saxon defender all the way to the 30-yard line. So Fu Win showing a bunch of toughness. You can tell he's banged up. He's getting up every play, hurting and wincing, and he's a gamer. He's such a tough athlete. So here we go, Matadors with the first down from the Saxon 30-yard line. Ethan Wynn takes the snap, looks to pass. He's got a man open, and oh! Oscar Rodriguez could not haul that ball in, and that would have been a very, very big gain for the Matadors. The Matadors are leaving everything out there on that field tonight. They are doing everything they can to stay in this game, and there is no lack of effort. And that's a personal foul on the Saxons. So that's going to bring up a first down for the Matadors. But this Matador team is tough as nails. They are playing with so much heart and so much determination right now. Never wavering and just never giving up. And that's much credit to this coaching staff, who's building a culture here of just toughness, and you can just see it. So here we go, first down from the Saxon 15-yard line for the Matadors. Big drive here. Ethan Wynn drops back to pass, feels the pressure, gets taken down, just hold on to the ball, and he loses it, but the Matadors do recover. Saxon defense is really tough. They play really tough football. You got two teams very determined to win when you have two teams very determined to win a ball game, you just have very back and forth, big momentum swings here. That's going to be a very nice gain there by Oscar Rodriguez. And again, these Bolsa Grande Matadors are leaving it all out on the field. Got a third down and 5 to go after a 2nd and 20, so a 15-yard gain here. The Matadors again lining up for this third down play. Ethan Wynn getting rid of that one, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Matadors. So the Matadors scoring a touchdown and cutting this lead again back down. And nope, that's going to be a penalty against the Matadors, so celebrated a little bit too early there. Tough break there for the Matadors. So close, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 15 here, so it's going to be 2 down territory. So here we go. Let's see what the Matadors are made of. One more time, they're going to have to just pull it from within deep. Ethan Wynn drops back to pass. Beautiful blocking by the line. He lets that one go, and that's going to be picked off. So again, not the end there, but it's definitely a blow to the Matadors' chances here as they're down 34-23 with 4 minutes and 22 seconds left to go here. If they can't stop this Saxons rushing game, it's going to be very hard for them to come back with 4 minutes and 22 seconds left. And you can almost bet the house on the fact that the Saxons will just be trying to run the ball from here on out. And they've been able to get large chunks of yardage there and winning that battle up front. Again, another big run there. This time by Sanchez himself. Gain of 7 on that play. Saxons just are going to be able to run a lot of time off the clock here with this rushing game. They only need 3 yards to get that first down, and they're going to have it and some. And I just think, you know, after that last offensive drive that the Saxons have, the Matador defense is just worn out. They've done a good job bending but not breaking, but A defense can only hold so much. A defense can only do so much. They gave this offense some chances. They got a nice interception, deep in their own territory, and the Matador offense was just not able to capitalize. The Matador offense not able to capitalize on that last drive either, as the touchdown was nullified by a penalty. The Matadors here, just doing some things to kind of shoot themselves in the foot, and that's why they find themselves down 34-23 here with 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. And the Saxons just looking to run this clock out. And again, Jackson Malauulu on that run gets 10 yards, 12 yards, and at 10 and 12 yards a pop, you're just not going to be able to win the game. Again, clock under 3 minutes. We've got a timeout on the field. We actually have a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be on the Saxons. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday on a Thursday. Remember, after this game, you're going to be able to watch this forever. You can go back and also watch our other Bolsa Grande games that we've covered. Last week's against La Quinta, the first game against Workman, and also Los Amigos. But you might not want to watch that one after, maybe after a while. Again, that Los Amigos Bolsa game was very good. Bolsa really made it an exciting game in the second half and really in the fourth quarter. But Los Amigos was ultimately able to pull that one and put it away. Here you go, Saxons again with another rush. DeMarcus Malauulu, this time breaking at the 50, the 45, still on his feet at the 40, still on his feet at the 35. That's just a really big dude. He gets taken down at the 32-yard line, and unfortunately that just looks like it's going to be all for the Matadors, as it's 2 minutes and 16 seconds left to go here, and the Saxons are just doing whatever they want with this running game and winning that battle up front. And again, that's where every game is either won or lost, and right now it's going the Saxons' way. They're just able to finally wear out this Matador defense. And again, this isn't a Loara team that's reflective of their record. This is a defending CIF Southern Section champion. They made a run in the playoffs last year. They got hot at the right time, and they're playing like a team who's a defending champion right now. They're a very resilient team. They've been playing tough all night, as the clock is now under 2 minutes left to go here. So it's almost all but over here for the Matadors, unless something miraculous here can happen. And of course, hey, we've seen some crazier things happen in high school football, but it's going to have to happen on this play here. And they're going to have to get a stop or a turnover. Sanchez keeping it for himself and getting nothing on that play. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2. Again, we will be here tomorrow night for Santiago and Rancho Alamitos. Rancho Alamitos can clinch a share of the league title with a win. Santiago can inch themselves closer to a playoff spot if they win. Clock now under 46 seconds, and let's take a look here. Let's take a look here at the Garden Grove League standings again. Rancho Alamitos 8-1. Bolsa Grande will fall to 2-3. Loera will go to 2-3, so you'll have them tied. If Santiago does not win tomorrow night, they will also win, or they will also be 2-3. You'll have a 3-way tie there for third place. You might have actually a 3-way tie for second place if Rancho Alamitos can win. So things in the Garden Grove League, they're pretty simple. Los Amigos and Rancho are going to get those playoff spots, but you're going to have Santiago, Bolsa, and Loera all tied possibly at 2-3. And that's going to be what Bolsa hopes for, to be tied at 2-3 and maybe get in with a coin flip or whatever the case may be. You know, if Rancho does lose, they'll be at 3-2. You know, Los Amigos will be 4-1. It'll be 3-2, and Santiago will be 3-2, and those will most likely be your 3 automatic qualifiers. So, you know, Bolsa's hoping for a Rancho win tomorrow night. And I just know that tomorrow is going to be a big game because Santiago will be playing for a playoff spot. So they will be playing just as tough as the Matadors play tonight. But ultimately, this Saxons team was just able to wear out the Matadors as they are lining up now for a victory formation. I just want to thank you again for tuning in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday here on a Thursday. Thank you to Ben Nguyen of La Quinta High School and Kang Do of La Quinta High School for their hard work tonight on the cameras. Again, we will catch you tomorrow as this game is now winding down with 23 seconds left to go here, and the teams are just going to go into the handshake line and giving each other some pleasantries here. So, again, thank you for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow. Feel free to share the link. Feel free to subscribe. Help us get our custom URL here on YouTube. Until next time, I thank you for tuning in. See ya.